Welcome to Buzzed and Baffled, the podcast where the wine is flowing, the stories get weird, and we try our best to keep the chaos to a minimum. Try being the keyword.
Before we jump in, a quick behind-the-scenes truth. Producing the show is basically an Olympic sport. Between being the media manager, the sound engineer, the editor, and trying to control her own voice volume, which, let's be honest, Nicole's has the natural power of a small megaphone, things can get a little unpredictable. So if you hear the occasional mic spike, just know it's not your headphones. It's Nicole living her best and loudest life.
Disclaimer: we're not experts, just two curious humans with wine in hand and an enthusiasm for the bizarre. Some topics may be dark, sensitive, or downright strange, so listener discretion is advised. And remember, everything you hear is for entertainment only, so take the story seriously, just not too seriously.
And any opinions shared on this podcast are our own and not reflective of any third party.
Now, pour a glass, settle in, and get ready to be buzzed and baffled. How do you like that picture board, Kyla?
Well, I see a Habsburg and I see what appears to be someone doing phrenology.
Uh-huh.
Oh no. This is not going to be good for me.
I mean, I wrote this specifically for you.
Oh, I know. And you gave me the choice to have this one, telling me everything about it before I picked. Also, it's only 5:20. We're super early today.
That's okay. Your mom made us fried chicken
Fried chicken.
because her mother knows that I deserve fried chicken, even if Kyla doesn't.
Uh-huh. My mother's favorite daughter, Nicole.
I think she just likes that I'm really mean to you. She's like, finally.
She's like, Kyla has an older sister now. It's not so fun, is it? Rube's just like, well.
Oh, the turntables have turntabled. Do you want to start by telling us about the wine?
Always. I saw this. We're going to have several of these because there's lots of varietals.
Yep.
And it's called Freak Show. So like we're always going to have like some story that this is going to fit.
Uh-huh.
But this is Freak Show Old Vine Zinfandel, explosive and powerful, Lodi, California, 2022.
I figured since it's, kind of old vine and it's Zinfandel, it's old world, so it's appropriate for where we're going.
Oh, God.
Way back into yesteryear.
And you got a real bottle with a foil and everything on it.
Uh-huh. Could make you work for it.
Yeah. Jeez. I want a twist top. That's what I want.
Are you going to have the arm strength after today? You didn't throw your back out?
Didn't throw my back out.
I'll do all that yard work.
That I had already raked the entire yard and we were just picking up the leaves.
Oh, you're just putting it into bags?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So who did throw their back out, Kyla?
Probably my husband.
He needs to work on his core strength,
Yeah.
we've decided. We're going to sign him up for CrossFit.
He said, oh, something in my back popped.
Well, I mean, you're about to hit the big 4-0 next week, so you laugh, but pretty soon it's going to be you too.
I'm already falling apart. Like, let's see if I can do this without hitting my mic boom, like I love to do. Oh yeah, look at that.
Nice pop. You didn't spill it
I
everywhere?
didn't spill it. This cork
As,
is...
as she's holding it like on her white chair, I'm just like, oh God.
This cork leaves a little to be desired. It's like weird plasticky.
Oh, it's like the weird rubber
because
cork.
it's printed.
Oh, so that's probably like wrapped around and then like heat sealed on the cork.
So it's a little crumbly. I hope nothing got in there. I don't see anything. Oh, I should have read the back of this before I opened it. I'm an idiot. Well, the label's very nice. It's very circusy.
It's very colorful, very circus themed.
Ooh, this is 15%. We better watch out. Also, there's nothing on here for me to read, so it just says Freak Show presents Michael and David Zinfandel, vinted and bottled by Michael David Winery, Lodi, California, 2022. There's no description.
Not 2004.
No.
Well, that's too bad.
Not 1986. It's a dark ruby color.
Yeah, it's a nice dark color. It's got like fruity tones to it when you
I
smell it.
almost just missed the edge of my cup when I was pouring this, and it almost went into my lap.
You better catch it with your lap and not hit the chair.
Yes, I am aware. Also, this is my chair. I paid for it. If I want to spill red wine on it, I will. And you're the one who got white chairs for our wine podcast room.
I wanted it to be pretty. It goes really well with the new white curtains and the pink curtains behind it. It's almost completely color coordinated now.
Almost just have some weird shit left in here.
There's still those two wolves on the wall looking at
Ooh,
us.
this smells good.
No, it's jammy.
Mm-hmm. That's good.
Yeah, so it's like a little dry in the front of the
Mhm.
tongue, but like still juicy.
Yeah, really good. That's a good one.
Yeah, that's much better than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, it's a teeny bit sweet, but not
Mhm.
overly.
And it's not like really smoky like sometimes
Yeah.
they can be.
Cool.
Well, this is going to be the last thing you enjoy about tonight's podcast.
Oh no! My God, that's so ominous.
I've entitled this pod Bad Genes, Bad Takes, Galton, RFK Jr., and Kyla's Spiral.
Oh no. Also, I'm glad. Thank you for at least letting me enjoy my sip of wine before you just completely tear me to shreds on live television.
I text her while I was writing this, and I told her I was laughing so hard that I was having a hard time seeing the monitor.
Oh, no. Also, I'm double fisting wine right now
She has a Boda Box Rosé from dinner.
from dinner.
And a freak show.
Yeah. All right. I guess just start. This, by the way, is the last podcast of my 30s because next week I'll be 40.
Yep. They'll be getting Beantown next week.
Yep. Yeah, we'll be airing the lost episode unless it's lost again in the
No.
transfer.
No, it is still on the desktop. And for those of you who don't know, my computer kept locking up because I had 53 very large audio files on my MacBook. And so we got an external drive and I was able to transfer everything.
Yeah, she blames it on the pod, but it was really all her OnlyFans stuff.
Those video files are a lot more space. Hope I don't mix those two up when I'm uploading.
Ooh. Oof. Like my Aunt Cindy goes on Buzz and Baffle to look at the pod pics and it's like,
She's like, wait, what?
What? Just kidding. I was gonna say she doesn't have OnlyFans, but I don't know that for sure.
I don't. Do you think I have the technical skill
Hey girl,
needed? To
I don't
have
know.
an
You buy couture purses all the time, so and I'd also know you're a social worker.
Well, I learned from Lisa on how to make money. I'm Snoop Dogg Jr.
Yeah,
over here.
apparently.
When you hear about science is being applied in today's news, what are some things that come to mind?
Well, the term science today is used very loosely, first of
Mhm.
all, by people who don't understand what it means.
Mm-hmm.
And they don't understand peer review and the scientific method and things like that.
Did you hear that they just got rid of like the science oversight
Yeah.
people? Like, we're going to be so far behind the rest of the
Mhm.
world, and like all of our researchers are going to leave and go to other
Mhm.
countries. We're going to be the dumbest country.
Yep.
Dumber
Yeah,
country.
the dumber country.
If you were to look at the last 4 months of 2026, we can see RFK Jr. continues to claim there are connections between vaccines and autism. And for anyone who has questions, these studies have been debunked and are not supported by scientific
Yeah,
data.
like over and over. Like the guy
there
Andrew
was
Wakefield
there was
himself
one research study.
was like, "Yeah, I lied." Like he ended up in jail over it, I think.
Uh-huh. Under his guidance as the Secretary of Health and Human Services, the U.S. is experiencing the highest rate of measles since 1991.
Cool.
RFK Jr. continues to make claims that no vaccine is safe. RFK Jr. also awarded a grant study for a vaccine study based in Guinea-Bissau.
Guinea-Bissau.
Was that okay? That the World Health Organization described as unethical.
No.
It was compared to the Tuskegee syphilis study.
Oh, cool. So they're like, oh, there's if our listeners don't know, Guinea-Bissau is a West African
Mm.
country, kind of on like the bulbous part of Africa, I guess you could call it.
The knob.
The knob. I don't know why I'm making the shape of Africa with my hand. We literally have a map,
I
a
can
world
lo-
map up on the
I'm
wall.
just looking at you making the shape,
You're
though.
looking at me, looking at the map.
I could just turn my head. So what do you think they were proposing with this study?
That they were going to not get informed consent and vaccinate people.
Nope, it's so much
Oh,
worse.
of course it is.
The study proposed to test if there was a positive effect of preventing hepatitis B in a country where hepatitis B is prevalent by trialing 14,000 newborns where half would receive the vaccine and half would not to see if they developed the disease.
Oh. So instead of doing good science and saving all 14,000 newborns, we're going to subject half of them
to a horrible, painful death.
Yeah, to a lifetime of, I mean, liver dysfunction,
Yeah.
if you're lucky.
Mm-hmm. So overall, those within the scientific community have stated that RFK Jr. lacks the scientific and statistical understanding to be making decisions on the behalf of the U.S. population.
Yeah, and like, I know why, but like, why Guinea-Bissau? That's so random.
It was probably just the one country that said, yeah, we'll let you do it.
Yeah, well, like, pay us.
Yeah. And his choices and understanding are causing more harm than good. And so both Kai and I have education and we understand scientific methods.
Yes, we do.
When I say the term nature versus nurture, what comes to mind?
Well, it's something that a lot of people talk about for various things. And they're, it's things that are innate from when you're born, congenital, you could say, versus the environment in which you're raised.
Yeah, so like, are you genetically predisposed to a
Mhm.
disorder or a disease? Or did it develop based on what you're exposed to?
Yeah.
So if it's behaviors, it's, your environment and psychological effects, or it's teratogens and
Yeah.
like it's somehow changing how you're developing physically. Do you think overall that this is a solid psychological concept?
I think it has its merits, but I also think it's overused as instead of saying we don't know, they just say nature versus nurture.
Uh-huh. As I was researching this story, I found the focus, and it's the man who developed the concept of nature versus nurture.
Am I going to get canceled for saying the argument had some merits?
I mean, I may or may not have asked that question just to see what you would say.
That's why I tried to give you like an on the fence answer.
I may or may not have sprinkled this with very leading questions because I'm an asshole.
Now you're going to tell me why I'm a racist eugenicist.
Uh-huh. So the man who developed this is Sir Francis Galton. He's the man on the board.
Mm-hmm.
What do you know about Sir Francis Galton?
You know, his name sounds really familiar, but I can't remember anything.
I'm actually surprised. I think you'd be like right on point. Like you'd be his biggest fan.
Oh my God.
Sir Francis Galton was born in England in 1822, and he's the cousin of Charles Darwin.
Okay.
He was considered a child prodigy. He was reading at age 2, and he learned Greek, Latin, and long division by age 6.
Okay.
He was a smarty pants. He is the author of 340 papers and books, which to anyone in the academic world who knows publish or die is a very impressive amount.
That's a lot.
He is considered a polymath, and as a keeper of weird knowledge, do you know what that means?
Yes.
What is it?
He's good at very different disciplines of mathematics.
Not exactly. It's someone who has knowledge spans in many different subjects. So not just math, but like different sciences, history, things like that. And he's known to draw complex bodies of knowledge to solve specific problems. So he's like, oh, this is happening. I'm going to take a little bit from history, take a little bit from psychology, I'm going to take a little bit of math, try to figure this out. Polymaths often prefer a specific context in which to explain their knowledge, but some are gifted in explaining abstractly and creatively. In the realm of psychology, Galton developed concepts of correlations, so a statistical concept where you test the strength of a relationship between two variables. He was also the one who introduced the use of surveys and questionnaires to collect data from human communities, and this approach is still used to this day.
Mm-hmm.
He also developed the first weather map,
Oh,
and in an effort to develop meteorology that we now use to predict weather patterns.
maybe I learned his name when I was a certified storm spotter.
Maybe. Were you like Ontonagon certified storm spotter?
No, I took a class at Northern, and by a class, I mean it was like a 2-hour thing that the National Weather Service put on.
And you were like, they're like by nighted as a storm
My
spotter.
friend and I were chronic certificate collectors, and we're like, oh yeah, we're going to get this certificate because it was free.
Okay, we need to get these certificates and like mount them on the
I
wall.
think I lost it because it would have. I had it next to my Universal Life Church.
Oh, is that how you can marry people?
Yeah, that's my religious certificate. My certificate. That's my ministry license.
Okay. He was knighted in 1909 as a reward for his contributions to science. And dear readers, do not let Kyla fool you. Sir Galton, Francis Galton, is a man near and dear to
Oh
Kyla's
my God.
heart. Would anyone like to guess what else Sir Francis
no.
Galton is the founder of?
Is that how I know his name?
If you guessed eugenics,
My
you would
God.
be right.
So, yeah, much more recently, it probably popped up on the 49 episodes I did on eugenics by accident.
No such as we could take of his correlation studies. At a certain point, it's no longer an accident. Like many of the founding fathers of medicine and psychology, Sir Francis Galton was a little problematic.
Yeah.
When his cousin published The Origin of Species in 1859, Galton's life took a drastic turn.
Oh, no.
He moved to applying the concepts of variation under domestication, which looks at the impacts of animal breeding to human populations.
Oh, no.
He held a belief in the inheritance of abilities and worked to prove that intellectual prowess was hereditary. However, the math showed that there was a significant drop between the first degree to the second degree relatives. So first degree share 50% of your DNA, such as parents and full siblings and
Mhm.
children. And second degree is 25, like aunts and cousins.
Yep.
He published his findings in a book, which I'm sure I could probably find somewhere in
my
this
God,
house
shut
if I
up.
looked.
I do not have it.
It
I
is
hope I
called-
don't have it from like evolution class or something.
It's called Hereditary Genius. I just have to look for
No,
it.
I don't have it.
I mean, not yet.
Did you sneak it in here somewhere?
I mean, that's not to say it won't mysteriously show up in here. Galton was sure that he could improve his scientific methods, and this led to another first. What is another first in science do you think he did?
Let's see. So, what year was this? I mean,
It
there's
was
a
after 1859, but before 1875.
Okay. Oh gosh, what was he doing? Is it related to that phrenology thing up there?
No, that's for later.
Okay. Good.
Don't worry,
There's more.
Guess who's keeping her crown today?
Yeah, that thing hasn't moved.
So he did twin studies.
Oh no.
It's not as bad. I looked to see if it was really
It's
terrible.
not like a
and stuff.
Dr. Mengele thing.
It's not. He wrote The History of Twins in 1875, and he used survey methods to track the development of twins who grew up in the same environment to determine what their similarities and differences were over time. So overall, this doesn't seem so bad, right?
I'm not saying anything. I plead the fifth.
I just want to confirm that you think that Galton is an A-OK guy.
Oh my God, Nicole, shut up. She put me under oath before the recording started, by the way.
Galton first coined the term eugenics in 1883 after he wrote The History of Twins. It is here that we start to see some questionable views come to the forefront, including a fear that eminent families having fewer children, while poorer families, whom he deemed unfit, having more children. The poor in question also included those who did not share his shade of light beige.
Go on.
Got any notes?
I'm trying not to sound so excited. Now you're speaking my language.
This view is clearly very classist.
Yeah.
Galton was born into a wealthy and influential family and was male during the Victorian era.
Mm-hmm.
He did take these ideas past theoretical, making statements that those in the preferred group, who were rich white people, should selectively breed within their own class structure to prevent racial decline. What is something we know about what happens if people continue to procreate too closely within the immediate circle?
Well, you have a beautiful example of the Habsburgs
Uh-huh.
right up there. When you don't have enough genetic variation, mutations, for lack of a better word, build up.
Mm-hmm. They become dominant.
Yeah, and dominant and prominent, and yeah, I mean that guy like drooled, and I'm talking about who's that?
That's the king.
Charles II.
Yeah, I think that's
of
Charles
Spain.
II. Yeah,
something like that.
Yeah. So this is illustrated by the Spanish Habsburgs family, the group that intermarried and reproduced over a period of 2 centuries.
Oh my God, that's too much.
And created the highest level of consanguinity.
Consanguinate. Yep.
Yep.
So, sanguine means blood in
Yeah.
Latin. So shared blood, basically.
So there was one where after like uncles marrying nieces,
Mhm.
one of them had so much interbred DNA that it was like closer than if 2 siblings
Yeah.
had a kid, which is wild.
That's
to me.
disgusting.
And like this, she wasn't physically deformed and she was able to have kids, but those kids were not able to survive. And I
Yeah.
think she died at like 33. So the inbreeding led to low infant survival rates, physical deformities, which became known as the Habsburg jaw.
Mm-hmm.
And for our dear readers, I will post a picture on buzzedandbaffled.net because we still can't get .com. But it's very much like the worst underbite you've ever
Mhm.
seen.
Yeah.
Like I'm
there's-
pretty sure he can't grind his own food.
No, and there's a passage, and stop me if you have it in there. That one of his doctors wrote, the doctor who did his autopsy when he died.
Yeah.
And it's quite I mean, it's factual.
Yeah.
But it's also like his heart was like black as tar, and yeah.
Well, he probably had cancer.
Yeah,
then.
they're like his head was full of water.
Oh, so he had like encephalopathy.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, he had like hydrocephalus. They're like something about like his testicles being the size of a peppercorn. But yeah, it's bad. It's like a scathing.
I mean, he doesn't look like prime material.
No, he's not.
Although he does look like what's in the dating pool right now.
Did you just pull that picture off of Hinge?
I just pulled it off of like our local Hinge. So this dynasty eventually died out in the 1700s. Thank God.
Yeah.
So much like RFK Jr. being unable to understand very simple scientific concepts, Galton applied Darwin's research in the completely wrong manner.
Mm-hmm.
He clearly showed that he had a confirmation bias, focusing on data that supported his views on the superiority of, hold on, I gotta flip, the white male.
It's like, it's going to be white people. Then you don't even have to flip and read your next word. It's going to be white people.
Specifically the white male. He lacked the insight to identify that the questionnaires he used to gather data to prove his idea of nature versus nurture had a gender and cultural bias. As we know, in statistics, if the data is collected in a biased nature, the type of information gathered or the sample of data is gathered is not random. The results cannot be applied to the general population. And if any of my students happen to be listening to this, I have been drilling this into you for semesters and semesters and semesters.
And you
this
little
is why,
shits still don't understand.
and this is why we don't want Habsburgs.
Yep.
So while many of his research findings still have application to this day, many do not.
Yeah.
Some of these include the anthropometric lab, where he took measures from over 10,000 people in order to prove that mental and physical traits were strictly inherited and not impacted by the environment,
Mhm.
which we know is not true.
Yeah.
For example, if you were there when Chernobyl exploded, you are very definitely going to be influenced by the
Well,
environment.
and I'll just throw out David here as an example. David was born in Colorado in high altitude, and all the babies are small. All of David and his
Mhm.
and Christina were both like 5 pounds.
Well, Christina's a petite girl
Mhm.
anyway.
And that's just because they're small.
Yeah.
The oxygen is lower, so you don't have, read into that as you will, but
So what I'm hearing is that David was oxygen deprived,
maybe
and that is why he is the way he is.
that could be.
Okay.
But yeah, it's if you have poor nutrition, for example, as a
Mhm.
child, you're not going to grow the same way that someone with full nutrition does.
Yeah.
That's definitely nature.
Well, and we know that
Nurture, rather.
and we know that teratogens in the environment can impact people
Mhm.
prenatally.
Yep.
If mom is drinking or smoking or doing meth, that's going to impact how the baby develops.
Yep.
And that's not nature. Or that's nature, not nature. It's nurture.
Yeah.
Because
we
it's
keep fucking it up
introduced.
'cause we're dumb, but
Yeah.
you know what we mean.
He also attempted to prove composite photography. He would blend together facial features in an attempt to create visual proof of criminology based on characteristics found within known criminals.
Mhm.
He was trying to prove that there was a way to identify degenerate facial features. This went nowhere and obviously held bias. Here's an example of one of the things he created.
Yep. Heavy brow. If you have a heavy brow, deep set eyes,
A very strong jaw meant for crushing nuts and berries.
not white,
Yes.
then you're a criminal. Which, of course, is not true at all. But I mean, they would if
Yeah.
there was a crime committed in London in, I don't know, 1870.
I mean, the chances are it was going to be a white person
Yeah.
there.
But, and you had a lineup, they would pick the one who looked criminal,
Well, yeah.
regardless of, that person not even being there.
Yeah. Ironically enough, for a man who was so obsessed with the idea of hereditary superiority, Galton and his wife had no children. As we know from past stories, eugenics gained popularity in the Victorian era and had support well into the 1920s. When do you think, and I'm sure we've gone over this, when did it start to lose favor?
I feel like I should just know this off the tip of my tongue.
I feel like this should just be at the forefront of all of your knowledge.
Well,
We're talking about your favorite subject, Kyla. You should just be able to.
The Racial Betterment Foundation lasted until the 60s.
Mhm. So it wasn't until the connection with Nazi beliefs that eugenics that were made during World War II and the unethical practice of forced sterilization in the United States, which Kyla loves to talk about,
Oh my God.
resulted in a shift from focusing on nature to focusing on nurture.
The world's foremost scholar.
Kyla Cole, the world's foremost scholar on eugenics and forced sterilization.
My Google my H value, my research value is like through the roof.
I cannot wait to see how Spotify
Oh my God.
labels this episode.
Spotify, you got to do me good on this one.
Kyla Cole, foremost
no.
researcher on eugenics and forced sterilization. But now, obviously, if we look at how we look at most things today, we look at nurture. How do we impact behavior to improve people's lives?
Yes.
So now I'm going to end the story kind of where we started with RFK Jr. Because I read some shit. I was like, are you fucking kidding me?
He's over there just like, and yeah, that's exactly right.
Uh-huh. We know that he appears to lack the understanding of basic scientific principles and struggles to apply statistical data in any matter that makes sense. I saw a video where he was talking about if there's like $600 and the price goes down to
Oh,
$100,
yeah.
it reduces it by
Yeah.
600%. I was like, buddy,
Yeah. Hmm. Yeah.
I'm assuming he does not have someone checking any of his speeches.
Well, he has the hubris to write them himself.
Yes.
Also, Cheryl Hines, what are you doing? Get out of there.
She has to be thinking, how the fuck do I get, like, pull bait?
Yeah.
Cut bait.
Pull bait, cut bait, whatever. It doesn't matter. Nothing matters anymore.
Not in this story. It also should be noted that in January 2026, Vanity Fair wrote an article making connections between RFK Jr.'s ideology and eugenics. So I'm going to have to get you an RFK Jr. shirt.
Oh my God, please do not.
The other question that we have to answer as I'm telling you about this is what will the other characters on the t-shirt be? So it's going to be a ladies' choice scenario. So just
yeah,
listen.
choice.
So Vanity Fair entitled the article RFK Jr.'s Eugenics Coded Crusade. So that wasn't, bashful about what they were saying.
No, they weren't like glossing over like hint, hint, wink,
They were
wink.
slightly hinted. They're like, hey, this is what's
Yeah.
going on. Some of the criticisms within the article focus on RFK's devaluation of those with autism. Sorry, David. Identifying people with disabilities as a burden on society and proposing wellness farms to treat those with mental illness, and aligning with eugenics ideology with his desires to eliminate people with disabilities.
He fits right in with John Kellogg and his wellness farm and the doctor at the Napa, the Sonoma hospital.
Did you vote for RFK Jr.?
No.
She didn't.
Meanwhile, I just have my Maha shirt on.
Yeah. And all of this, as I was reading it, was frankly ironic, considering he has spasmodic dysphonia,
Mm-hmm.
which is why his voice sounds like it does.
Mm-hmm.
At first, I thought it was Parkinson's. I'm like, nope, okay. And he also claims in 2012 that doctors found a dead parasite in his brain. He actually had mercury poisoning because he was eating too many fish. And has had more than one case where he picked up roadkill and kept it for various purposes.
Yeah.
In 2024, he reported that he picked up a dead bear on the side of the road and put it in his car. He said he was going to skin the animal, but instead made the only logical choice. He dumped it in Central Park.
Yeah, I wonder where the brain parasite came from. I'm sure it wasn't eating dead raccoons on the side of the road.
In 2026, he admitted that while on a family trip with his children, he pulled over after seeing a dead raccoon and cut off his genitalia so he could study it later.
That's serial killer shit.
Mm-hmm. Can you imagine, like, his kids have David Top for worst family vacation?
Yeah,
Like, not just like 5 people crammed into a minivan driving to, like, whatever mineral museum they're going to. At least Donna and Tom didn't pull over the side of the road and desecrate animal
Yeah,
carcasses.
and Tom, being a veterinarian, would actually have like not a reason, but a little more cause to do so.
And he would probably know how to do it, because I'm picturing him taking like a tiny little pocket knife and just like sawing this raccoon's penis off.
That's our Secretary of Health and Human Services, folks.
And as I'm thinking about this, I have more questions that I don't have the answers to do here, but are raccoons' penises more internal or external?
Girl, I don't know.
Because, like, how detailed did this surgery have to go for him to
Well,
get
they're
this?
mammals, so probably like a cat. Like small, but outside.
Okay. But I'm assuming because, like, they're not walking around with their dicks on the ground, it's like a grower, not a shower.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Like there's a sheath scenario.
Okay. Do you know what else he did? When I read this, I was like, are you fucking kidding me? It ties into one of your stories.
Oh, God.
Not a eugenics story.
Oh.
Another gross one, though. I think animal desecration related.
Did he blow up a whale?
He reported in 2012 that when a whale washed up on the shore near their family vacation home, RFK cut the animal's head off with a chainsaw. He then strapped it to the head to the top of the minivan with a bungee cord and drove it down the highway.
What is this man's obsession with putting dead animals in and on his car?
His daughter reported to the magazine, every time we accelerated on the highway,
Oh, no.
whale juice would pour into the windows of the car, and it was the rankest thing on the
Oh,
planet.
my. I'm going to throw up. That is so disgusting.
Because, like, I'm imagining the whale was there for, like, a couple of days. And I'm just imagining the sucking noise that it made.
As someone who's well aware what decomp and, like, death juice is like,
Mm-hmm.
it's 1,000 times worse than a marine mammal.
Can you imagine going down the freeway and some lunatic? Also, I didn't say the size of the whale, but I'm assuming it was at least close to the size of the car.
Can you imagine trying to merge?
And it's like, well, there's a whale juice like flying under your windshield. I imagine that has to smear, right?
Gross. Yeah. Yeah, this is not going to be like clear serum.
No.
This is like particle. There's protein in that.
Gross.
Oh my God.
So what have we learned from Sir Francis Galton and RFK Jr.?
I think you finally have me convinced that eugenics is bad.
Did I finally do
I
it?
think you broke me of my eugenics obsession.
Oh,
Was that supposed to be claps?
I thought so. Let's see what else we got. That one's cats, I think.
Very well.
Eh.
Nope.
I thought we had a clapping one. We'll have to.
We have to actually research how to download and put this
Yeah.
on here.
Instead of me just holding my phone up and like recording it
Yeah.
on there.
We learned that intellectual curiosity can be very dangerous without a clear basis in the topic that's being studied. Like, you have to understand what you're researching.
Yeah, you can't just be like, oh, I want to do this. And out of my 10 tests, 7 did this, which isn't really what not what I thought was going to happen, but I'm going to take these other 3 only.
Yeah. If unchecked by moral, ethical, and human right considerations, it can also be harmful pseudoscience.
Being wrong is part of science.
Yeah, like, you're going to not be able to prove or disprove your hypothesis the way you thought it sometimes, and you have to just take the data.
Yeah, you can't. It's not up for interpretation in that way. Like, maybe if I did this, that's not how it works.
Yeah.
That's dangerous for everybody.
Well, but I'm also concerned that right now, our government is taking on Victorian eugenic views
Oh, yeah.
as a way to guide our medical, healthcare, and science decisions.
Mhm.
I don't need whale juice anywhere near my healthcare.
Gross. Beef tallow.
So the question is, though, on the t-shirt,
Oh, my God.
do you want the dead bear cub in Central Park? Do you want a raccoon with a missing penis or a penis getting cut off? Or do you want a whale head?
Can I have not a t-shirt? Can I just pass?
I mean, we'll see if I remember this tomorrow. And if I do, the answer is no. Or at some point, it's going to come to the forefront of my mind as it's scrolling through.
And I'm going to get all 3. You're going to be like, you didn't pick. You get all 3.
It's going to be...
Sophie Zwakowski or whatever her last name was.
It's going to be a holy trinity.
Oh, my God. The syringe, like a needle syringe in the middle. Like the Elder Scrolls in Harry Potter. My Horcruxes.
The person I ordered this from on Etsy is going to be horrified.
You know, when I order shit for you on Etsy, it's always really nice. like a bracelet with tiny pressed flowers in it, or like a handmade necklace, not some horrifying like RFK eugenics t-shirt.
I could get you a bracelet with whale juice pressed
No.
into it.
Bleh.
It'll break at some point and just kind of like
Girl.
waft
A
out.
vial I'm gonna wear around my neck.
It's gonna be so much worse than smelling
Angie and
salts.
Billy Bob had each other's blood, but I just
Whale juice. You and RFK have whale juice.
oh no. You're
So-
the worst.
So I get to keep crown of worst story. I think we've talked about eugenics as far as we can, so Kyla can't do any more eugenics stories.
You know, to be clear, first of all, dear listeners, dearest readers, first, I'm not a eugenicist. I feel like I need to say that.
She's not, but it's so funny to watch her
And-
squirm.
Every time it comes up, it's by accident. It's a story I already have in mind, and then like 3 paragraphs down on Wikipedia, I'm always like, God damn it, not again.
And like as she's telling this story, I can see her start to get uncomfortable because she knows what she's about to disclose. And she can see me getting a look of glee because I can tell it's happening. And I'm just like, I'm like,
"Ooh."
is it eugenics?
Who's the one who gets excited about eugenics in this room?
I'm excited about
Making me
infiltrating
uncomfortable.
and infiltrating the websites of the world. Because the last time I Googled Kyla Cole, eugenics also came up. When I did it with my mom last Wednesday, it didn't. So I need to refresh the algorithm.
Oh my God, no,
and
you
make
don't. Nope,
sure
nope.
that it's in there. I also can't wait to make the video for this episode.
Is it gonna be me on RFK Jr.'s body just working out in jeans?
Oh my God. I'm
You're
gonna-
gonna be Kid Rock
I'm
in
going to
the
be
sound.
Kid Rock. You're going to be RFK. And I'm also going to superimpose your face to him like sitting in the ice bath in
Oh
his
my
denim
God.
jeans. There's going to be so many pictures of you as RFK Jr. I cannot wait to do this.
Oh my God.
It's going to be great.
Are you done now?
I'm done. We finished the story. So, as we said, we're going to take a little hiatus next week, but
Yep.
there'll still be,
You still get an
you'll
episode.
still get an episode.
At this point, we're planning on doing the Lost episode, which
Mhm.
was originally supposed to air on Valentine's Day because it was exactly themed with a themed dinner and everything.
So 2 episodes in a row now where she's had themed dinners that were on the anniversary of the day that something happened. My computer tried to delete the episode.
Yeah, and they're like, no, this is too on the nose.
But I did delete all of those off of my laptop and they're in the box in the living room at home.
Yeah. So, allegedly, you're going to be getting the St. Valentine's Day Massacre story.
About Beantown.
Beantown.
John is like, what the fuck is she talking about? But outside of Beantown, you will get the next episode. So what are you going to talk about?
Well, my next episode is Beantown, and then it's you after that.
Oh, do I get to do another one?
Yeah, because mine will be next week.
Okay. So,
Because I'll be having my 40th birthday party, so we're not recording that day.
there's going to be so many hot
I'm going to be
dogs.
gobbling glizzies.
Kyla's going to have so many wieners in her face. She
Yeah.
doesn't even know what to do. Wieners everywhere. But I'm very excited. There's going to be so many balloons.
Yeah,
I
this
have the-
bitch was like, I bought a helium tank. Like, don't you know helium is like a precious commodity now?
I bought a helium tank for like $20 at Walmart. So I have the foil balloons at home. I have the decorations. There is a crown with wieners on it. You just have to wait to see which kind of wieners.
Oh, God. Are you RFK? Were you cutting off raccoon penises?
Yep. I've been scouring
Oh my
for
God.
roadkill on the way to Ontonagon for weeks. I've hit 2 turkey buzzards all on my own. Hope you like corkscrew penises.
Oh my God. That's enough. End this, please. Put me out of my misery.
No, but you get a choice then for your next
Oh,
story.
no, I know. I don't get a choice. Like,
No,
it's
neither
2 shit options.
No, these are both normal stories. One is about an influencer, and one is about a village and a plague.
Let's do the influencer because that was my other option for this
Okay.
week, and I clearly chose very poorly.
Okay, so the next episode is going to be The Devil Wears Leggings,
Okay.
which I have on tonight.
Mm.
To the next pour and the next plot twist.